Hi everyone. Let us see one more question from Vivid Botany. Which of the following algae contains mannitol as reserve food material? This question is being asked in NEET 2021 from the chapter Plant Kingdom. He is asking here that mannitol is a reserve food material in which of the following alga? We know that algae store food material in the form of carbohydrates. So, different kinds of algae store different kinds of food material. That is our prime understanding. If we know that, we can answer this question very easily. First of all, we should know that there are three types of algae are there based on pigmentation, coloration and stored food material. If we see first the chlorophycean, that is green algae are otherwise called as chlorophycean. So this chlorophycean algae which are green in color, they store food material in the form of chlorophycean starch. Chlorophycean starch. One more thing is that sometimes they may store food material in the form of oil droplets also. Another interesting feature of these chlorophycean members is that they store this starch in proteinaceous structures called as pyrenoids. Pyrenoids, they are protein structures, they store starch, they are present in the chloroplast of some members like Spirogyra. So having pyrenoids, chlorophycean starch, oil droplets are features of the green algae. Let's see another one, that is brown algae. Brown algae, otherwise botanically called as Phaeophyceae. In Phaeophyceae members, the food is stored in the form of Laminarin and Mannitol. Do remember Laminarin and Mannitol. Remember, all these are different types of carbohydrates only. They are neither proteins, nor fats, nor amino acids, nor anything. They are different structures, forms of the polysaccharides. Next, we have the red algae. Red algae are botanically called as Rhodophyceae. Rhodophycean members. These rhodophycean members store food material in the form of Floridian starch. And Floridian starch is structurally similar to glycogen and amylopectin also. Now, let's have the examples for the three types of algae. If you see the green algae, the best example that we can give is that chlorella, chlamydomonas. Both are single-celled green alga. We can write many more, like we have Chara, Cladophora. We know that Chara is monoecious alga and Cladophora, that T.W. Engelmann conducted experiment of rough absorption spectrum of photosynthesis in Cladophora, and another one, that is Volvox also. What is speciality of Volvox? This Volvox shows colony. This is colonial alga, colonial green alga. That is, many single-celled green algae unite with each other, behave like single organism. The single cells are here like chlamydomonas, and they unite with each other, many chlamydomonas. They behave like one organism. Such colonial alga, the best example is Volvox. Volvox shows oogamy, and Volvox shows division of labor. Chlamydomonas, chlorella, single-celled alga. We know that chlorella is the best tool in the hands of scientists to decipher many metabolic pathways like Calvin cycle, Krebs cycle, and many more are discovered by using chlorella as an experimental tool. And cladophora, that we know very well, cladophora is experimented by T.W. Engelmann, and Chara monoecious alga having the upper Oogonium, lower Antheridium. We have discussed this question also asked in NEET 2021. Next, coming to the Phaeophyceae members, that are brown algae that store food material in the form of Laminarin and Mannitol. We have examples for this Phaeophyceae. Fucus is one such example. Dictyota is another example. Sargassum is another example. Ectocarpus is another example. So in all these members, the food is stored in the form of Laminarin and Mannitol. Red algae, we have some more examples like we have Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Gelidium, Gracilaria. We know that Gelidium, Gracilaria are the resource of agar-agar. We know agar-agar, that is polysaccharide, a polymer, natural polymer that is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria. So these are the members of Rhodophyceae that store food in the form of Floridian starch. So mostly I gave you all the examples for the Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae. Now let's have a look at the question here. Which of the following algae contains mannitol as reserve food material? Right? Just by seeing Ectocarpus. Ectocarpus comes under brown algae or Phaeophyceae that stores food in the form of Laminarin and Mannitol. So this is the right answer for this Ectocarpus. And Gracilaria, it's a member of red algae that stores food in the form of Floridian starch. Volvox, a member of Chlorophyceae that stores food in the form of Chlorophycean starch. Eulothrix is also the green alga. It's also the green alga that stores food in the form of Chlorophycean starch, oil droplets, like that. So this is a question based on algae topic of plant kingdom. One should have thorough knowledge of different kinds of examples and different classes like Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae. And when you know that, what do they store and what are the examples? If you have a knowledge of what do they store and what are the example, if I say Polysiphonia, Polysiphonia stores food in the form of Floridian starch because Polysiphonia is a member of red algae. If I say Sargassum, it's a member of brown algae. It stores the food in the form of mannitol. So whatever features of brown algae are there, all are applicable for these four members that I wrote here: Fucus, Dictyota, Sargassum, Ectocarpus. For example, brown algae shows they are brown in color, they have chlorophyllae, chlorophyll C, fucoxanthin, and they have that pyramid shaped of spores and gametes. They have two flagella, right? And what do you call that? Stipe, frond, and hold fast, like structures are present here. So particular structures of that algae as well as what are the examples. When you know them, especially diagrams also, you should be very perfect. For example, in Fucus, air bladders are present. Sargassum. Sargassum is among the 70 species that is used as food material. Like we have Porphyra, Laminaria, Sargassum. And Laminaria is a member of brown algae that stores iodine. So this is a comprehension from the algae, that is phycology. So in nutshell, he asked so many concepts under single question. I suggest that one should go diagrammatically as well as concepts and examples also. Then only you can do such bits very well. Thank you.